Hello and welcome to my first YouTube video on reactions with Mono. Well, on this YouTube channel, what I'm going to be talking about is all about politics in Nigeria. But today, I'm not going to be talking about something that's, topical or really trending in the country. But today, I want to talk about how the youths in Nigeria can change the political game in the country. A lot of people have been complaining, youths are not being represented in political positions in the country and all of that. You keep seeing the same old papa, you keep seeing the same old grandpa every time, okay? There's no shade here, so let's leave it like at that. Well, before I want to really share my thoughts on how I think that youths in Nigeria can change the political game, I must say that this YouTube channel, I'm not going to be partisan. Like, I'm not going to side one political party and then no, that's not going to happen, okay? What I'm basically going to be doing on this channel is just to look at issues in Nigeria and what's happening and just get straight to the point, the facts. So I'm not endorsing any political party. The views expressed here are just my opinions. I'm not going to be bashing any politician, but I'm just going to be giving the news and of course telling you how I feel all about it as regards politics. Now, talking about the fact, how can the youths in Nigeria change the political game? It's very simple. Funny enough, it's not my idea. I don't want to believe that I'm the only person or the first person to actually come out with this ideology. But truth be told, I was actually watching a video today on YouTube where a white man was talking about how they were actually doing a show talking about the political forms for parties, for people who were going to contest during the 2019 elections, and talking about the fact that the prices of these forms were pretty high. Now, you look at APC, for example. If you're vying for the position of presidency, you're going to have to pay 45 million naira. Wow, like seriously. Now let's be realistic here, because kudos to President Buhari. He signed into law the not too young to run bill, which I think is fantastic. It's a great leap into what our democracy in Nigeria can be in the future, but I doubt, because I think it's really going to take time. And when I mean time, I'm talking about, let's say, 20 to 30 years. I'm not trying to be pessimistic, but seriously, lately I have been looking into other political world. When I mean political world now, I'm talking about looking at politics in the UK and of course politics in America. I mean, it takes time to have what we see in America and then of course what we see in the UK. Now back to the question, what this white man said that got my attention. He said the youths can actually change the game and the youths can actually come up with a political platform. Now, not too long ago, of course, during the whole period where there were a lot of complaints and reactions to the fact that, this price is just too much. How are the youths going to pay? You just signed in the not too young to run bill, and now how many Nigerian youths are earning up to 100,000 naira a day? Wait, hold up, that's too high. How many Nigerians are earning even up to 50,000 naira a day? A month rather. Now you talk about people who are in business. Hello, have you heard lately that businesses are crumbling in the country due to lots of reasons? We all know them, so I'm not going to be pointing out those reasons now. But let's talk about how Nigerian youths can actually change the political game in Nigeria. How is it going to happen? First, there is a revelation, and that's what he actually said. Now, this guy talked about the fact that the Nigerian youths are the ones that can do this for themselves. Now, how do I stress this point? It has to do with statistics. Okay? According to a particular website I've got here, indexed monday.com, you can go check it out for yourself. The current population in Nigeria is at 190,632,261 persons in this nation. Now, if we talk about the youths, and the youths are complaining, oh, there's no opportunities and all of that, which I think I'm tired of hearing. I'm tired of hearing no jobs and all of that. Do something. If you're waiting for the government, you're on your own. Now, back to the matter, talking about statistics and how I feel we could use this as a strength. But funny enough, there's no magic to it, because when he said it, it just struck me. But how is this going to be possible? First, let's break down the age structure of the population. Now, these are approximated, estimated figures because the last census in Nigeria, hello, was like when? So let's use something that is like approximately current. Now, according to Index Moody, 0 to 14 years old make up 42.54% of the total population, which I mentioned earlier, which is about 190,632,261. I mean, just 0 to 14. Don't be shocked. Now let's go to 15 to 24 years. That particular range makes up 19.61%. 25 to 54 makes up to 30.74% of the total population of Nigeria. Now, let's move to the one that you'll be so shocked. 56 years old to 64 years old, people in that age gap make up 3.97%. And the youths are complaining that they have people who are elders, fathers, old cargos, people who are not feeling too well, ruling the country and doing that. Why are we complaining? I mean, look at the population. We are the ones who vote. So that tells me that if 56 to 64 people in that age gap, their vote does not count. I mean, now what's the age that, what makes up the youth bracket now? Now I checked something online. I think it's that's 18 to 35 years old. Now, the statistics I brought to you, courtesy indexmoody.com, you can check it out. I'm not fabricating figures. 15 to 24 years old makes up 19.61. Then inside the 25 to 54, which makes up 30.74% of the population of Nigeria, I mean, the gap there. So if you move 18 to 35 within that age bracket, you can see that the people who are the youths in this country really have a say. Now, here is the question. There's lots of problems. This is the key. The youths have to realize that they have the numbers. It's all about numbers. In business, it's all about numbers. Numbers. It works every time. As youths, we have to be able to take advantage of these figures, of this number. That's how I think we will have a headway to youths having more say in this country. Now, how are we going to harness what we've got to our advantage? That's very, very key. How are we going to do that? Now, do we have a platform as youths where we all come together, we see ourselves for who we really are, and then we have like an ideology of what we want for ourselves as a nation? Can we come together and put aside greed, being thugs for some politicians or whatever, and just come together and have a mindset of what we want to make this country be? I think that's a challenge, because when you talk about elections, I mean, the people in the age gap of 56 to 64 and 65 and 65 and above, you just have 3.14%. These people, they are on their way to die. It's not curse, it's just natural occurrence of events. So if we are the ones that have got the power, have got the muscles, got the energy, we can peacefully and civilly, if I can use that word, in a civilized manner, be able to take over Nigeria and make Nigeria what it ought to be, and not what we are saying now, which is more of like a rotation of the same kind of people, the same set of people. I mean, we've had Obasanjo come back to power in democracy. Now Buhari is back into power from the military. I mean, these people, they have good plans for Nigeria. I don't want to doubt that, but it's all like, rotating. And then you look at the caliber of people who are gearing up under the major and the major party and the opposition parties. You're just like, wow, we're going back into the same circle again. So as youths in Nigeria, how do we bring about the change? The first thing we need to know is that we've got the statistics right here with us. We make up the population. Now, a lot of reactions happened, when some of the political parties dropped lists of, people, how much rather people are going to pay to obtain forms to contest in the 2019 elections. Now, you were hearing figures, 45 million, this million, blah, 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 blah. Now, I've talked about that. I don't want to dwell too much on that. Now, a particular group came out and said, how about youths coming together to have a political party? That is how it will work. But the question is, how many youths are willing to come under, something that is not yet popular? In Nigeria, we like to go with the rave, what's raining and all of that, and, get ourselves into debts and all that, which is just the normal Nigerian deal or the Nigerian thing. But I'm talking about a situation where Nigerian youths can actually come together, and design an umbrella that caters for youths. And, in a civilized manner. I'm not talking about carrying placards and shouting, and Luther continua, Luther continua. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about being matured and, standing up for what is right as a youth. And of course, be an example to the people that we want to tell that we also have a say in this country. In a few years' time, these people are not going to be alive in Nigeria. They're going to move to the next world. But how that we, that make up the majority of the population of Nigeria actually take up the responsibility of ensuring that life is better for us, which I think is actually the challenge. So to answer the question, how can youths, take back the political game in the country? It's very simple. By the numbers, we've got the numbers. But how do we get ourselves unified in terms of ideology to be able to carry this out in a civilized manner? Like I said, this channel is not going to be talking about violence or protest. I'm not going to be supporting one party or the other. I'm just going to be throwing out the facts to you. So that's the question. So is it possible for the youth to take back the political game in Nigeria? It's very possible, because statistics says we can. And I talked about the fact that numbers is everything, and we've got the numbers to do that. So how do we do that? So I posed that question to you today, so you can actually drop your comments right below, of course, and tell me how you think, and tell me your own thoughts. Probably you disagree with what I'm saying, but of course, it's Reactions with Mono, and this is actually my first video. So welcome on board. Well, as you can see, we're going to get it right, okay? So thanks for watching. And of course, I do hope you keep up with this channel, Reactions with Mono, where we'll talk a lot of politics, of course, from the youth's perspective, and I get to see how things can be better, because I'm young, okay? And I'm really passionate about youth. So once again, thank you for watching. See you on my next video.